Hello again, and thanks for joining us. My name is Jesse, and in today's video we're going to be continuing our discussion on moving, traversing and turning while spinning your Meteor Hammer or your rope dart in the cloud plane. So we've discussed how to do the physical movement itself, turning from one side to the next. So we've discussed that movement. Now we're going to incorporate it with the Meteor Hammer. Now before we talk about that too much, first let's talk about how do we stop the Meteor Hammer when it's spinning. So there are two ways which I use to stop the Meteor Hammer. There are more than two ways, because you can also do a plane break, and I think I'll discuss that in a later video. But I'll show you two ways to start for now. So there are two primary ways that I use to stop the Meteor Hammer when I'm spinning it in the cloud plane. One way that I do, right now I'm using an anchor spin. I'm going to bring it down, and then I'm just going to turn my body, and I'm going to catch the rope in my hand. I'm not going to catch the meteor head itself. I'm just going to let the rope, catch in my hand. As it catches, I'm going to also continue to spin so that I can help control that rotation and slow it down. So one more time, it looks like this. First, we're spinning in the cloud plane. Then I'm going to slow and catch. And this way, I do this extra twist after I catch, because this is going to be moving really quickly. And if I just stop and I don't turn, this is going to come back and it's going to smack me wherever that it ends up, depending on how much rope I have here. And I don't want that. I want to slow the rotation so that this doesn't hit me. I mean, this might be incredibly heavy. Like, I have a pretty heavy meteor right here. This isn't my usual tennis ball, so this has quite a bit of weight to it. You might be using something sharp. You might be using something that's pointy and metal, or just really, really heavy. And you don't want that weight stopping abruptly so that it smacks you, okay? So that's why we do that extra turn. Now, you notice that you can't do that if I'm doing a lead spin. My lead hand is spinning. If I do a lead spin, there's no way for me to stop and really catch it, catch the rope. So what I have to do is I use my arm to intercept. Use my arm to intercept the rope. And you can use this method of interception using either an anchor spin or a lead spin. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to use my lead spin. I'm going to take my anchor hand and I'm going to stick my elbow out, and I'm going to point my hand down. Okay? So I make this angle here with my hands. Then, as I spin, I'm going to lower the dart, and my hand is going to catch the rope around the area of my waist. And I'm going to continue that spin forward, and this way the meteor can collide with my body very, very gently to completely stop the spin. So I'll show you again from this side. First we start in the lead spin, then I'm going to bring it down, and then I can stop that meteor from spinning very, very gently. Now you can also do this using an anchor spin. If you're going to do it using an anchor spin, you're going to want to give yourself a little bit more slack when you stop. So I use my anchor spin. I give myself a little bit of extra slack when I'm spinning. Once again, my anchor hand is going to keep that same shape. I'm going to go around my waist, and I'm going to catch the rope here, and then I'm going to dissolve that energy from that spin just by turning, and then I can completely stop the spin. So one more time. I can go either way with this. Right now I'm using a lead spin. And then from an anchor spin as well. Under the hand, and then over the top and catch. I'm not grabbing the rope, I'm just letting the rope catch on the palm side of my hand so that I can help dissolve that energy. Okay, so once you have that down, then just play around with it a little bit more. So let's let's just drill this just very quickly so that we can make sure that we're ready to move on. So we're here. 1. We can even try this turning. All right. Now, once you have that, and that movement comes naturally to you catching the meteor after you're done spinning it in the cloud plane, then we can move on and we can try add our footwork into it. So, start off in our mountain stance. I'm going to be turning counterclockwise. So my lead leg is my right leg. My anchor leg is my left leg. So my lead leg is forward, which is my right leg. I'm going to be spinning counterclockwise. If you switch hands and your anchor hand is your right hand, then the movement is going to be reverse, but I just want you to follow along with me as best you can. So I'm spinning this way, so that's which way my meteor is going to spin. Spinning towards the anchor hand, I'm going to have an anchor spin. I'm going to pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot, and then I can stop. Now I can go the opposite way. Spinning in the lead spin, step, step, pivot, and then I can stop. That's one more time, going in both directions. Starting with my anchor spin, pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot. And now I can go the opposite direction. Lead spin, step, pivot, step, pivot, and stop. So that is the slow variation of that. And I want you to practice that. I guess I'll speed it up. I'll do it one more time a little bit quickly so that you can really see the flow and so that you can practice this as much as you need to before you incorporate turning the jump, placing the jump in the middle of the movement. So a little bit more quickly. All right. So that's that, a little bit more quickly. Now let's incorporate the jump. Do this only when you're ready for it. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. If you don't catch the meteor properly after you do your spin, chances are pretty high that this is going to hit you somewhere where you'd rather it not hit you. Okay, so be careful when you do this. If you need to, wear protective gear, but just remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Don't try to progress with this movement too quickly. Okay, take your time, really get comfortable doing the slow variation where we're not jumping, we're only just stepping twice and pivoting. All right, so if you think you're ready to move on, or this movement isn't so unfamiliar to you, and you've really become comfortable doing this motion, then here's how we incorporate the meteor into the jump. All the same rules apply. Mountain stance, anchor spin in the cloud plane, going back the opposite direction, all right. So the movement itself isn't too complicated. As you get better at doing the movement, then you can decrease the number of spins that the Meteor Hammer does when it's over your head. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You don't want to rush this one. if you're interested in learning more tutorial videos, go ahead and check out my channel. I have a ton of videos there, and I have a ton more to come, even still. So please subscribe for more videos if you haven't done so already. I want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.